Is Konami finally about to do something that could actually make players care about eFootball again? Because over the past few days, rumors have been flying around the community about gift codes, free rewards, and a mysterious new feature that has quietly appeared inside the game. Some people are already acting like free gifts are guaranteed. Others are saying Konami is finally rewarding loyal players, but after looking into it myself, I think a lot of people are getting ahead of themselves. The crazy thing is that this feature isn't even fully available yet, which makes all the rumors even more interesting. So today we're going to talk about exactly what has appeared in eFootball, why everyone is suddenly talking about gift codes, what this feature actually does, and why I think the upcoming eFootball Connect could reveal something much bigger than people realize. Now before I get into everything, I have to be completely honest with you guys. I haven't really been playing eFootball lately. In fact, I haven't properly touched the game in weeks. The reason is simple. The game has been boring. I know some people won't like hearing that, but it's true. Every week it feels like we're stuck in the same cycle. A new pack arrives, people spend coins, creators review the cards, everyone uses the same players online, and then we repeat the exact same process a few days later. There hasn't really been that feature that makes you wake up excited to log in. There hasn't been that feeling that something genuinely fresh is happening inside the game. So when I opened eFootball and noticed something completely new sitting there, it immediately got my attention. If you go over to the extras section of the game, you'll find something called the Invitation Challenge. At first glance, it doesn't look like much, and honestly, a lot of players would probably scroll past it without thinking twice. But once you actually read what Konami has written, you start to understand why people are talking about it. According to the information currently available, the system works by giving players an invitation code that can be shared with friends. Those friends can then enter the code and start completing objectives within the game. Every time they complete certain tasks, the player who invited them receives rewards. That alone has already sparked a lot of discussion because many people immediately connected it to the rumors about gift codes. The problem is that what we're seeing right now doesn't actually look like gift codes at all. It looks much more like a referral system. Instead of Konami handing out random codes for free rewards, this appears to be a feature designed to encourage players to invite other people into the game. Once those invited players begin progressing through the objectives, rewards start becoming available. According to the description, these objectives can involve things such as playing matches, progressing through divisions, and completing rounds. As those objectives are completed, players earn something called reward keys. These reward keys are then stored inside a special section called Reward Key Collection, where they can eventually be activated to unlock rewards. Now personally, I can actually understand why Konami would introduce something like this. Whether we want to admit it or not, player engagement has probably become a major concern. There are thousands of players who only log in when a big-name EPIC card arrives. There are others who disappear from the game entirely for weeks before returning when a major update drops. Even content creators have been struggling to find exciting things to talk about because so much of the game feels repetitive. If Konami can create a system that encourages players to invite friends, return to the game, and complete challenges together, then from a business perspective, it makes perfect sense. There are a few important details that players should know before getting too excited. First of all, every reward has a limit attached to it, meaning players won't be able to endlessly collect rewards forever. Secondly, only 20 friends can be counted towards the challenge, which immediately tells us that Konami has already put restrictions in place to stop people from abusing the system. Another important detail is that rewards become unavailable after the campaign ends. This means that whenever the feature officially launches, players will need to pay attention to deadlines because leaving rewards unclaimed could mean losing them permanently. The biggest reason I wanted to make this video, though, is because of how quickly misinformation has started spreading. Every time something new appears in eFootball, social media turns into complete chaos. One person posts a screenshot, another person makes a theory, somebody else treats the theory like a confirmed fact, and before you know it, half the community believes something that was never officially announced. That's exactly why I think everyone needs to slow down a little. Right now, we know a new feature exists, we know it involves invitation codes, we know it involves rewards. But beyond that, there are still plenty of questions that haven't been answered. What makes things even more interesting is the timing. As many of you know, eFootball Connect is scheduled for this Wednesday, and if I had to make a prediction, I think that's where we're finally going to get proper information about this entire feature. The fact that this section has appeared shortly before Connect doesn't feel like a coincidence. It feels like Konami is preparing something and simply hasn't revealed all the details yet. Whether that ends up being gift codes, referral rewards, community campaigns, or something completely different remains to be seen, but I would be very surprised if we don't hear more about it during the presentation. At the same time, let's be realistic. I've already seen people talking about free epic players, free coin giveaways, and all sorts of crazy rewards. Could Konami surprise us? Sure, anything is possible. But if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's that Konami usually likes players to work for their rewards. That's why I think it's much safer to keep expectations under control, rather than setting ourselves up for disappointment. The feature itself is interesting enough already. We don't need to invent extra rewards that haven't been announced. What I will say is that this is the first thing in a while that has genuinely made me curious about the future of eFootball. Like I said earlier, I've barely touched the game recently because of how repetitive everything has become. But seeing a completely new system appear, especially one that could potentially involve community participation and unique rewards, at least gives me a reason to pay attention again. Whether it ends up being amazing or not is something we'll find out soon enough, but for now it's definitely one of the most interesting developments we've had in weeks. So what do you guys think? Do you believe this invitation challenge is actually the beginning of something big? Do you think the rumors about gift codes have any truth to them? Or do you think the community is once again getting carried away before we have all the facts? Let me know down in the comments because I'm genuinely interested to hear your thoughts. And of course, after eFootball Connect happens, I'll be keeping a close eye on everything and bringing you all the latest information. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.